Now, one brand that's always been a reliable go to brand for those looking for deep bass and great performance at an amazing price is Alphasonik. And this year, they've got a great option when it comes to different enclosures and subwoofers, and not to mention even amplifiers. We've got their product expert, Gabriel Perez, joining us, and we're going to dive right in to what's going on at Alphasonik. This is CMA Connected, brought to you by SiriusXM, all about Alphasonik. And it starts now. What's going on, guys, and welcome to another CMA Connected, brought to you by SiriusXM. I'm your host, Ben Wu, and you are locked into CMA Networks, where we talk mobile electronics day in and day out. The feature brand today, Alphasonik. Man, a brand that's been in the game for so long, always with their unique designs that truly make them a different experience from a lot of other brands out there. Today, we've got their product expert, Gabriel Perez, joining us. Now, Gabe, Alphasonic's just one of those brands that have great solution products, and they look great, they perform great. What are we going to be focusing in on today's session?
Hey Ben, glad to be here. Today we're going to talk about some products from Alphasonic. We're going to talk some subwoofers, we got enclosures, and we even have an amplifier to talk about.
All right, Gabe, we're going to get right into it. But first, an opportunity for our partner, SiriusXM, to remind you why it's always a great add-on sale. And when we come back, let's discover what's new at Alphasonik. We'll be right back.
Hey, Paul here with SiriusXM, and I'd like to talk to you about attachment selling and why the SiriusXM product is one of the best things to add, especially since we don't trade dollars with any other category. I could go through all of this, but let's hear what some of our dealers have to say.
It's an easy add-on that takes, 10, 15 minutes if we're running an antenna, 1 minute if we've got an adapter to plug it into the factory SiriusXM antenna, and it's extra money, so no brainer.
I present it to every customer because a lot of customers don't know what all they can do with Sirius. They don't know what all content they could have. It just makes too much sense not to sell it.
It creates a different customer loyalty and customer security when you explain to them why it's a better experience. Just gets them back in the door. And then the next car, they're already asking for it again. So it just keeps selling itself. It makes more sense.
Well, there you have it. You heard from our dealers. Just remember some of the best practices. Make sure you have one on display so you can demo it. Make sure you're taking advantage of our rewards program, because if you're not taking advantage of that, you're leaving even more money on the table. Make sure you got our POP up on display. And other than that, just make sure you're recommending it.
Hey, welcome back to the show. And we have our friend today, Gabe Perez. Gabe, good to see you again, this time in Alphasonik clothing. Love having you on the show. Now, Gabe, Alphasonik has got a pretty interesting following, right? I mean, what do you think, in your words, why do you think people love Alphasonik?
Hey Ben, thanks for having me. Alphasonic has been in the market for so long that it has their true fans, and we're building actually Alphasonic like so you can feel connected to it. You'll see on the products that it has the Alpha basket on most of them, and you have the stamp logo on the cones and everything. So Alphasonic is like a way of life now.
Very, very cool. I think the culture is definitely evident because if you'll see it in our presentation today, folks, if you're just discovering or rediscovering Alphasonik, for example, Alphasonik has very special design cues that makes it very unique and stand out. So when you see it in a car or you see it in a shop, you know right away it's an Alphasonik product. Speaking of which, we're going to start today's conversation with a subwoofer option, this time in the Mayhem series. So what can you tell us about the Mayhem subwoofer, Gabe?
Okay, the Mayhem subwoofers, firstly, it's an SPL, it's an extreme subwoofer, but you can use it not only for SPL competition, but for high output daily use. It will be able to come in two sizes, which is 12 and 15 inches.
Looking at those subwoofers, Gabe, I mean, first of all, they look crazy. So I have two questions for you. I mean, these look really beefy. So question number one, what is that cone material? And the second question is, what kind of power are we talking about?
Yeah, once you see this woofers, they really impress you. Not because of the basket, but actually the cone. The cone is actually made out of Kevlar, so it's the same as those bulletproof jackets. And power-wise, on the 12-inch, you get 2,500 watts RMS, and on the 15-inch, you get up to 3,000 watts RMS.
Sometimes I hear these crazy power handling numbers from Alphasonik. It's like, wow, that's a lot of power, but that's what they can do, and that's amazing. All right, so let's go from one end of the extreme with giant power down to maybe something more realistic that everyday person is looking for, right? Because we want bass, we know that, but sometimes we don't have the space necessarily to put the bass. So Alphasonic has some down-firing enclosures that could be a solution. Can you tell us more?
Oh yeah, we have these downfiring enclosures, and don't get just mistake by this name. Even though they say downfire enclosure, you can actually, because of the versatile design we have, you can mount them vertically. So this will come in 3 sizes, 8, 10, and 12 inches, and they're capable of handling powers up to 500 RMS.
Well, I certainly really like the design of these down-firing ones. I love the practicality of them, and I'm pretty sure I can put my groceries on top so the wife won't be upset. So that's a great thing. Now, I did have a question. Are these particular down-firing enclosures a ported or a sealed design?
Okay, these ported, I mean, this actually are sealed enclosures, but Alphasonic has also some ported enclosures for the guys that want like a little more deep bass, you know.
So you do have some ported options, and I think this is a great time that we kind of segue into our next product here, which is the Dynamis DCP8 enclosure option. And Gabe, of course, please tell us more details.
Yeah, those DCP8 enclosures will come in a ported enclosure. This will allow you to have deeper frequencies in a less controlled environment. They are mounted vertically, and they have a grill, so you will be able to protect your woofer mounted in any place. And these are specifically designed for tight spaces. These enclosures are only 5 inches width.
All right, really slick, tiny, but lots of output. I think people will be surprised once they plug these in to see the kind of output these little boxes can actually do. But in order to make that happen, Gabe, we got to put some power, right? So what amplifier could you suggest would be a great match for those enclosures?
Hey Ben, for these enclosures, I have something in mind. It will be the Venum series. I got some Venum amplifiers for you. We got available on 1, 2, 4, and even 5-channel amplifiers. So even with the 5-channel amplifier, the 5th channel will be able to power those DCP8. And this is one Venum amplifier right here. So this is what it's going to look like. And this actually lights up in orange.
First of all, really slick looking amplifiers. Love the fact that lights up. Let's just talk some specs real quick. Built-in crossovers, and does it come with a bass knob, for example, for the mono or the 5-channel?
Yeah, on the crossovers part, all of them has variable crossovers, especially the Class D ones. They have a low pass filter, which is available to cross it from 40 hertz up to 300 hertz. And regarding the bass knob, it will come with a bass knob if you got the Class D amplifiers.
And that was our product expert, Gabe Perez, joining us from Alphasonic. Now, if you want to find out more details or specifications on any of the products on today's show, I do encourage you, head on over to their website, alphasonic.com. Now, Alphasonic is one of those brands that are synonymous with car audio. They've been around for so long, but they have absolutely put in a lot of resources and design effort, really, to make their stuff stand out. You know, their amplifiers look really clean, really modern, but the baskets on their subs are certainly impressive, and it really makes their product different from every other, you know, subwoofer on the shelf. Add to that a couple solutions-based stuff, such as the ported enclosures or even the downfiring enclosure, and now you have a nice rounded out catalog that really has solutions for just about every scenario. That's it for this CMA Connected, brought to you by SiriusXM. I'm your host, Ben Wu. Until next time, we connect.